Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. First of all, I'd like to thank dear Dr. Bridget Goodwin for giving me the chance to be here and present the journey of Propolis for thousands of years. Who am I? I am a food engineer who received a degree in 2001 and then master's degree in quality management and food engineering. Recently, I'm getting my PhD in food engineering. I've been working as a laboratory technical manager in the state-approved Balparmak R&D Center for almost 20 years. I'm serving as a technical expert for ISO working groups, honey, pollen, and propolis, representing Turkish Standards Institute. I'm also expert in International Honey Commission's authenticity and residue working groups. Balparmak has over 40 years of experience in bee products sector, not only as a producer, packer, but also as a state-approved R&D center. Balparmak is Turkey's number one with 55% market share and 91% of total brand awareness brings Balparmak to world's number four brand. Propolis. The word propolis uh, comes from the Greek words pro means in front of and polis means city. The meaning "in front of the city" well describes the protective role of propolis for the bee colony. Propolis is also referred to as glue or gum in some languages. This explains the role of propolis in closing openings in the beehive. I will speak about the historical background of propolis research and use in this presentation. It is an undeniable fact that bees have been in the world much longer than us. A genetic study carried out by Kathleen Dogantzis from York University concluded that the honeybee, as we know it today, emerged 7 million years ago in Western Asia, while human beings are a young race with 200,000 years of existence. But the relationship between these two species goes back a long way for us human beings. Paintings on cave walls of humans honey hunting from bee nests date back to 8,000 years ago. Many ancient civilizations valued the bee and bee products and included this miracle creature in their own creations. References to honey and bees appear in religion. Islam teaches a profound lesson in the Holy Book through Surah An-Nahl, which means bee. This surah contains 16 words and 16 Arabic letters that refer only to bees, which bears interesting similarities with female bees having 16 pairs of chromosomes and male bees born from unfertilized eggs, paralleling the beliefs about Jesus' birth. Propolis has been used by humans since ancient times for a variety of purposes, as an adhesive to seal the cracks, to protect wood and other surfaces, and in medicine, especially for its antimicrobial properties. It is known that writers in Greece and Rome were familiar with propolis. The Greek philosopher Aristotle mentions a substance called mythis in the book Historia Animalium. Probably this is a propolis, and which is used as a treatment for bruises and suppurating sores. The Roman scholar and writer Marcus Terentius Varro mentions that propolis was used by physicians to make poultice, and therefore at a higher price than honey in the Via Sacra. Dioscorides Pedanius the leading Roman authority on healing, who was born in today's Anatolia, refers frequently in his book Materia Medica to the use of bee products. By that I mean honey, wax, and propolis. Moses Aziz, the man in the right-hand side, a Cuban scientist, thought that the black wax mentioned in the Ebers medical papers found in Egypt may be propolis. He also considered that the Hebrew "sori" was an early word for propolis. This word occurs 6 times in the Hebrew scriptures and was usually translated as balm or balsam. In Ezekiel, it is mentioned together with honey, and its healing properties are noted 3 times in Jeremiah. Hippocrates, known as the father of modern medicine by many, recognized its healing effects and used propolis in his prescriptions to treat sores and ulcers, both internal and external. The Greeks also used propolis as the main ingredient in an exquisite perfume called polyanthus. It is known that they created this perfume by combining propolis, frankincense, resins of spruce trees, and some aromatic herbs. Gaius Plinius Secundus, a Roman scholar, also known as Pliny, suggested that propolis originated from the buds of different trees such as willow, poplar, elm, reed, and other plants. In his 35-volume book Naturalis Historia, he also described the use of propolis as a building material in the hive and its medicinal properties, stating that it soothes pain in the nerves and heals wounds whose healing seems hopeless. There are indications that propolis was also known in the Islamic world, obviously. In his famous book Al-Kanun fi Tibb, the medical scholar Avicenna, known as Ibn Sina in Arabic, mentions 2 types of wax, the clear wax and the black wax, the latter probably being propolis. He states that it has the ability of removing the spikes of bolts and stakes. It also rarefies, cleans, and salts. And he adds also, its strong smell makes you sneeze. In Georgian folk medicine, Georgian Compendia of Gallant Medicine, Soro Karabadini, and the 13th century book Signi Sakimoi, which means doctoring book, the use of propolis was versatile. It was used in ointments for various ailments, was placed in newborns' navels to heal, and was applied to children's toys. Propolis was well regarded for treating calluses and respiratory issues, as well as burns and angina. Its potent antimicrobial properties have historical significance, notably during Anglo-Boer and Second World Wars. Hospitals also utilized it. Since 1969, a 30% alcoholic propolis solution gained acceptance in Orthodox medicine in the USSR. In Europe, it is mentioned in herbal literature. John Gerard's famous History of Plants refers to the use of medicinal ointments called populaire. It is prepared from poplar tree buds. In Nicholas Culpeper's famous Complete Herbal, under the heading of poplar tree, it is stated that the ointments obtained from poplar tree buds alone are good for all fevers and inflammations in many parts of the body and cool the heat walls. Nicolas Louis Vauquelin, a French pharmacist and chemist, described propolis as a reddish-brown resinous substance collected by bees. Vauquelin extracted propolis 3 rounds of with 3 rounds of alcohol digestion, followed by filtration. Boiling the substance after the final alcohol addition removed some impurities, and boiling the ethyl ether further purified it. The resulting content was 57% of pure resin of propolis. Early in the 19th century, like 1814 or 1815, Michel Eugène Chevreul, a French chemist, obtained several flavones in the crystalline state, like luteolin from welt, quercetin from young fustic, and quercetin from black oak. Glycine was the first flavone to be isolated in the pure state from the buds of the common poplar trees by J. Pickard in 1864. In Thomas Green's Universal Herbal Book, under the title Populus nigra, which is black poplar, it is stated that the young leaves are an excellent remedy for hard and painful swellings. The buds of both this and the white poplar, which is Populus alba, are very fragrant in the spring, and when pressed between the fingers give a balsamic, resinous substance which when extracted with spirits smells like storax. A dirham of this tincture in broth is applied to ulcers and inflammations and is said to relieve stubborn discharge caused by intestinal inflammations. Although the main use of propolis in history was in medicine, apart from a few references to its use in surface coatings, it is also of great interest as a varnish for violin instruments, and it is believed in some circles that such a varnish was used by masters between 1550 and 1750, the golden period of violin making. It is widely believed that the superior tone of instruments made at that time, especially those made in Cremona and northern Italy, was largely due to the varnish, and the Hill brothers' book on Antonio Stradivari mentions this effect. The book is here, you see. Early 20th century research on propolis composition primarily focused on simple fractionation methods. Dietrich and Helfenberg were among the pioneers utilizing alcohol, chloroform, and ether for extraction. Dietrich identified vanillin, while Küstenmacher found cinnamic acid and cinnamyl alcohol. Joubert confirmed chrysin's role in beeswax coloration. Ushkalova identified different wax types. Powers explored flavonoids' antibacterial properties. French scientists isolated galangin, pinosembrin, tectochrysine, and isalpinin. Tismareg and Mattel identified acids in propolis. Nikiforov and Harold detected various minerals. Schneidwein identified 7 compounds. Metzner highlighted antimycotic activity in selected compounds. Australian researchers Ghisalberti, Jeffries, and Lanteri separated and identified 4 different flavones. Van Halen and Van Halen Pasteur used advanced analytical methods, while Heinen and Linskens studied fatty acids. Poprauko detailed 18 components, mostly flavonoids. As Ghisalberti stated, many isolated compounds represent only a fraction of propolis content, with a significant portion likely being not extracted, which are natural polymeric material. In 1927, the German scientist Rush confirmed Pliny's hypothesis that propolis originated from plant buds. Russian researcher Poprauko and French researcher Lavie proved this theory in the late 1970s by comparing the composition of propolis with resins obtained from birch, and poplar buds. Coming to the developments in the modern era, maceration is the most common method for extracting active compounds from propolis. Studies focus on optimizing this process, considering factors like solvent type, solid liquid ratio, extraction time, and temperature. Ethanol water mixtures are predominantly used. Other than that, water at different pHs, glycerin, propylene glycol, and are the following ones. There are also studies with other solvents like methanol, ethyl acetate, chloroform, benzene, vegetable oils from different sources. Even essential oils were also studied. Studied extraction times vary, but durations beyond 3 days for macerations provide little additional benefits. Elevated temperatures lead to shorter extraction times and increased yield. The Stock-Slet extraction method is also often used for the extraction of propolis bioactive constituents. The effects of parameters such as the solvent use and the extraction time has been evaluated in terms of yield of extracts and their total phenolics or total flavonoids content and antioxidant activity. Similar to maceration, increasing in percentage of ethanol gives a higher extraction yield. The small amount of solvent, the solvent recycle option, and the reduced extraction time are the main advantages of the method compared to maceration. The new methods, the new technologies. Ultrasound assisted extraction is considered a green and economically viable alternative to conventional techniques for natural products. The benefits of the method are lower extraction and processing time, lower amounts of energy and solvents used. Successful extraction of bioactive constituents from propolis by microwave irradiation achieved by Chinese authors. Higher yields of total flavonoids compared to traditional maceration achieved. Supercritical fluids are used in industry as green, environmental friendly solvents. Carbon dioxide is most often applied as the supercritical solvent for extraction. Adding a small amount of ethanol or methanol can enable it to extract polar compounds. In recent years, innovative extraction using high pressure methods appear, aimed to reduce environmental pollution and to increase yields at lower costs. It is based on cold isostatic high hydraulic pressure. It uses the same solvents as in traditional extraction methods. This method leads to very short extraction time. The ethanol extraction yields obtained with this method for 1 minute were comparable with the ones obtained for days with maceration. Green chemistry initially focused on eco-friendly solvents for extracting bioactive compounds. Natural diepatic solvents offered benefits like easy preparation, customizable combinations, and adjustable properties. NADES with suitable polarity extracted active substances from propolis using ultrasound-assisted extraction to reduce extraction times. Recent studies propose that NADES components boost biological activity of dissolved compounds. Experiments with propolis NADES extract confirm this, enabling direct incorporation into formulations and sidestepping solute recovery challenges from viscous and low vapor pressure NADES solutions. Throughout history, propolis has been in the service of medical science and has been researched and used in this field in order to heal due to its uncountable health benefits. There has been several clinical studies carried out during COVID-19 pandemic involving propolis. I believe that we are at the final stage of the return to naturalness and we are now in a period where we need clinical studies with propolis with all kinds of effect. I think this is the future of propolis research. I thank you for your kind attention.